Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Your friendly neighborhood conservative ex-con here, Fernando Rivera Jr. with the common sense and random shit show. Because yes, it's a shit show that we are in. Yeah, title of the show. Puerto Rico bans gender surgeries for minors. We'll get into that in a second. But what I do want to talk about is the second part of the show, which is F. Alex Stein. Now, if you guys remember last year, before the election, was it before or after? Where Alex Stein made a comment about Puerto Rico being an island of garbage and people losing their shit. A lot of Puerto Ricans losing their shit, even though a lot of Puerto Ricans still supported Trump. And they didn't take that against Trump, what this piece of shit said. But I defended him. Yeah, I actually defended Alex Stein because I actually did my homework and saw that there was a trash problem in Puerto Rico. There's an article right here. So, let's get into that because, yes, for that, I will defend them. Puerto Rico landfill problems, all you need to know. According to a study commissioned by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, this is from 2022. FEMA, conducted by the United States Environmental Protection Agency. Puerto Rico could run out of landfill space in 2 to 4 years. The long identified capacity issue has been exacerbated. I can't even read that. By tons of debris left behind by 2 back-to-back hurricanes that devastated that region of 2017. I mean, it's a story. You can look it up. But what bothered me the most, and like I said, I'm defending him, what he said. It was kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? But, he was basing his comedy on fact that something was happening in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm getting right to it, you know what I'm saying? Breaking news! No, that's not it, unless you haven't seen it. But this comment he made recently and the way he spoke about Puerto Rico, it's got me on edge. It's pissed me the F off. So I'm trying not to swear as much as I should. But yeah, let's just talk about it. Tim Pool, listen, I like Tim Pool a lot. And like I said, I wanted to get right to it today because, like I said, I defended this guy when he made that trash comment. You know what I'm saying? I was like, take your panties off. All the Puerto Ricans that were talking shit about Trump is racist because this what this piece of shit said. But as I said, it was discolored. It was a bad joke, bad timing. But he was basing his joke on some facts about Puerto Rico and all that. So yeah, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he was on Tim Pool recently. I'm not sure when it was. I should have checked the date. But listening to him, I was disgusted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm getting right to it. So let me find that video. I want to show you this because honestly, just listen to the story though. There's 2 stories here. One is what's happening in Puerto Rico, which is great. So let me get into this.
From the post-millennial, Puerto Rico bans all medical sex changes for people under 21. Minors having not yet reached the necessary emotional, cognitive, and physical maturity are particularly vulnerable to making decisions that can have irreversible consequences. Puerto Rico has banned sex change surgeries for those under the age of 21 and blocked public funds from being used for such purposes. Governor of the U.S. Island Territory, Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, signed the bill into law on Wednesday. The bill would see fines of $50,000 per violation issued to healthcare professionals who provide hormone therapy or sex change surgeries, as well as 15 years in prison and the revocation of licenses and permits, per NBC News. The law states minors having not yet reached the necessary emotional, cognitive, and physical maturity are particularly vulnerable to making decisions that can have irreversible consequences. Therefore, it is the state's duty to ensure their comprehensive well-being, and I say, bravo, Puerto Rico. Why the rest of the United States and its territories have not already passed these laws. I don't know, but I think this is something that the United States, the federal government, should pass for all of the U.S. and its territory.
Well, I think there's a bigger question.
Before I get to Alex, piece of shit Stein, the prick, and what he said and how he said it. Yes, granted, we finally have a Republican, a conservative, as the governor of Puerto Rico. Now understand, before her, it was Democrats, it was liberals, and there was a lot of dirty politics. And yeah, it is what it is. And yes, she has her, negative things she said about Trump when the insurrection happened. But don't forget, J.D. Vance also has some negative things to say about Trump. Guess what? J.D. Vance is vice president, full supporter of Trump. So she'll come around if she hasn't already. But I have another video I want to show you on X that was posted in January, a letter from Trump to her. But it's what Alex Stein says, how he said it, and how these other guys reacted. Because they knew, what I'm saying, that he was treading down a weird, uncomfortable path in what the statements he said. And like I said, I defended this guy when he made the trash comments about Puerto Rico, the joke. But I'm not defending him anymore. I have a lot of negative feelings towards this guy now. I'm a nobody. I'm a grain of sand, as I always say, in a big beach. Not a lot of followers, not a lot of subscribers. Retired professional fighter, ex-gang member, ex-convict. Did a lot of time for some serious shit. Been out over 20 years, and I changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Became a professional fighter. I'm a martial artist all my life. I work with the police department. I did a lot of shit, been through a lot of stuff. But this really pissed me off. And, I've always said I don't believe in systemic racism. I don't. Do I believe in racist people? Yes, ignorance. But listen to what he says, and you tell me.
There's a bigger question. Is like, who is that desperate to cut off their penis? They're going to a doctor in Puerto Rico. I mean, seriously, to go to a real doctor, you know what I mean? What are they going to do this in the back of a taco truck? Like,
that's a piece of shit thing to say. You're a piece of shit, man. I'm sorry. As I said, you're somebody, you probably got money up your ass. I'm a nobody. I'm struggling. But that was racist as shit. And it bothers me. It bothers the hell out of me that this guy's trying to be funny. Just it's Mexicans that like tacos. So to make a stupid statement like that, it's pretty fucked up. Sorry. Puerto Rico actually has good doctors. We're not a third world country. And I believe this guy, I don't know, he's an ignorant prick. To say this, it's not over.
I'm going to go to Puerto Rico and have him cut off my wiener. Like, dude, give me a break. I mean, gosh almighty. Good thing they outlawed him, because I wouldn't want a Puerto Rican doctor cutting off my genitals.
He's a piece of shit. That's a piece of shit thing to say. I'm sure, and I haven't looked this up, but I don't need to. It's pretty much a fact. Puerto Rico is not a third world country. Yes, we had Democrats before, and there are certain parts in Puerto Rico that may be comparable to a third world country where crime happens or whatever. But guess what? There are parts in America that are worse, especially run by Democrat governors and mayors, that are probably more comparable to third world countries than Puerto Rico. I mean, in Puerto Rico, you can at least go to Walmart, McDonald's, and a bunch of businesses just like you could here. Even in the country, there's Walmarts, parts of Puerto Rico. To compare it as the way he sounds, he's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Taco. I mean, there are doctors in Puerto Rico that are amazing doctors. There are lawyers in Puerto Rico that are amazing, whether dirty or clean or whatever it may be. Police officers, yes, there's probably dirty police officers, but there's dirty police officers here in America.
No offense to Puerto Ricans. They're actually great.
To that point,
big booty Latinas, but
I wouldn't want any kind of doctor. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a racist, so
It's funny how you see how. Listen, like I said, I love Timcast. I watch the show all the time. I respect him. I respect some of the people he has on there. But right now, they are very uncomfortable by his statements. You can tell quickly. Oh, I'm not racist. Quickly, because they know that was racist. Racist as shit.
Whatever.
Well, I'm not a racist. I love big booty Latinas. I'm just saying, Puerto Rico, or you want a doctor that went to went to medical school online? I mean, no. I want a real doctor that went to a brick and mortar school.
Piece of shit. statement. So what is he saying by that? That doctors in Puerto Rico get their doctor or whatever it is they get online?
I agree. I would agree for other
Puerto Rico being
procedures.
a state, it's not really a state, but
No, it's
Puerto
territory.
Rico is still a shithole.
Yeah, racist idiot Alex Stein. Sorry, the guy's a piece of shit. I'm pretty pissed off about this. You know, as I said before, I don't believe in systemic racism, and I love comedy. That's not funny. I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's a subject that's actually, it bothers the hell out of me. You know, I have an uncle who passed away a couple years ago who's a 3-star general in the U.S. Army. There is no Puerto Rican Army. I'm sure the idiot probably thinks there is. I'm pissed off. You know, if I was somebody bigger or more well-known, I'd challenge him to a fight. I'm 53, about to be 54. The guy's probably at $150, $170. I'd cut weight just to fight his ass and kick his ass. And I won't even train. I'll just run for a month. Just get my cardio up. But I just to get the pleasure of kicking his ass. Guy's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that off my chest. He's a racist piece of shit. And I am the last person to call people racist. But that right there, it's racist as fuck. And he's a piece of shit for making the statements he did. And I love how these other two people on Timcast were like, oh, I'm not racist. Oh, they knew what he was saying sounded like shit. Like, I couldn't even watch the rest of that show. I was interested in the governor of Puerto Rico, who, as I said, is conservative. And yes, she may have had her negative sayings about Trump in the past. But as I said, so did J.D. Vance. So did a lot of people who were on the right that are now supporting Trump. But as we have been through the grinder the last couple of years with Biden running bag of oatmeal and Trump trying to fix all his F-ups, guess what? We have a conservative in Puerto Rico now that I hope and pray that she fixes the bullshit that's been happening in Puerto Rico. But this guy, I'm really pissed off about this. And as I said, I'm a nobody. And I would gladly challenge him in any setting. Either it's MMA, BJJ, gi or no gi, karate combat style fighting, street fighting, bare knuckle. I don't give a shit. I would fight this guy just to shut him up. Guy's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just have to say that. It drives me nuts that I have to say that, but it is what it is. Let's get back to the show because it's aggravating. It aggravates the shit out of me. Let me make sure I'm in the right area here. Sorry, folks. It just really, really irked the shit out of me. Ugh. Let me see. Where am I? Is this the right story? All right. Let me get out of here. Let me replace this with my usual random shit. All right. Yes, random shit on X. I love this shit. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of far. Could you read that? Let me see. Let me see if I can read that. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. If Jennifer Lopez actually left the U.S. to move to Puerto Rico, she would still be in the United States where Trump is the president. She owned a home there since 2019. She wouldn't really be moving. She's already there. How much work can she do in Puerto Rico? Anyone going to hop over for a concert? I wouldn't pay to see her here. I'm certainly not going to see her there. Rich people live wherever they want, but she apparently needs a geography lesson. She's trying to be relevant in a world that has already passed her by. No one cares where she lives. This is kind of funny. You know what kills me is that she's Puerto Rican American. For her to say something that stupid, what's she on? What an idiot. Singer Bad Bunny blasted ICE after seeing them conducting a raid in Puerto Rico. Lock these motherfuckers up.
Esos mamabichos andan en esta guagua, Rafoal, andan en Rafoal. Se tiraron aquí en la Montezuela, hijos de puta, en vez de dejar a esa gente tranquila trabajando ahí. Esos mamabichos andan en esta guagua, Rafoal.
He's talking shit, obviously, about ICE. He's like, let these people work. I get it. You know what I'm saying? About the people that's been here working, it's whatever, but, it's part of the United States. And if you're here illegally, say la vie. La vie. Just saying. Anyway, let's get this. I was hunted. Now I'm the hunter. WNBA players were denied entry into a nightclub after their all-star game. Nobody knows them.
With Texas, they gotta go. Everybody gotta go there. Verify who y'all are.
So what section is that?
I get the guys who bring y'all in.
Well, we in the W and shit, so we just got done at the All-Star game. So like, I'm sorry, we don't need. I ain't even trying to be funny, but we should not be waiting in no line. Oh God. Yeah, come on, you better hurry up while we get in. Come on, we getting in right now. Come on. Yeah, she with me. What you doing?
I know. I need to count. I need
Tati,
to
go. Tati, go. I'm good. Tati, go. Y'all with me. Go, mom. These are my people. Man, y'all, why we finna fucking go, bro? Because they doing too much.
Hey, listen. The reason I'm showing this video, because this is random shit. I understand this to a point. I say that because before I moved to Florida, I worked in nightclub life. I was a contract security work. I did events and all that shit. Yes, after I got out of prison, I was on the right side. Contract security work. I had a lot of ex-military guys working for me. And I had at least one or two guys in almost every club in Worcester, Mass. And one or two in even Boston. As I said, ex-military. Worked alongside the police department in Worcester, Mass. But one of the clubs I worked, it was actually a sushi, or what do you call it? What is it when they cook in front of you? It was a steakhouse, sushi and steakhouse. I forgot what it was. I can't think of the name. I drew a blank because I'm thinking about beating the shit out of Alex Stein. Anyway, and yeah, I remember one night we're at the door. We're about to close in like 10 minutes. And, where this place worked, it was like a 4.5, 5-star restaurant. A lot of famous people used to go there. And these 3 big, tall black guys, came in. They looked like basketball players. Apparently they were the Timberwolves. But that year they were shit. So nobody knew who they were. But either way, we were closing in 10 minutes. So nobody was getting in. So obviously they were trying to use that excuse. Oh, the Timberwolves, NBA players. I was like, first of all, I don't know who the hell you are. Yeah, okay. You look like basketball players, but one of my coworkers, one of those security bouncer guys, was like, you guys suck anyway. He made a funny comment, and we didn't let him in. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that little tidbit. Nobody cares who you are, especially if you're in the WNBA. Just saying. Anyway. This is something, as I mentioned earlier.
Dice, the Honorable Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, Governor San Juan, Puerto Rico, January 2nd, 2025. Dear Governor Gonzalez Colon, congratulations that you take the oath of office as Governor of Puerto Rico. I'm so proud of your resounding victory and incredible commitment to making Puerto Rico great again. I look forward to working closely with you to realize your vision of a safe, secure, and prosperous future for the island. With your leadership, we can revitalize Puerto Rico's essential infrastructure, drive impactful economic development projects, foster fair trade practices, and protect the well-being of all Puerto Ricans. Melania and I extend our best wishes to you and to your lovely family as you embark on this important journey. May God bless you and the great people of the island of Puerto Rico. Sincerely, Donald J. Trump.
It'll happen. It's just the same thing. Somebody else put it. Wait, isn't Trump president of Puerto Rico? Considering moving to Puerto Rico. The United States territory of Puerto Rico has banned hormone therapy and gender-affirming surgeries for anyone under the age of 21. The bill also would put any medical staff in prison for 15 years, revoke their license, and fine them $50,000 for violating the law. It's a beginning. It's a beginning. And anybody that wants to have their child go through this process needs help. That's all I'm saying. Remember this? This is October 2024, after the trash show by that piece of shit. Breaking: a massive pro-Trump caravan has formed in Puerto Rico. Sorry, mainstream media. Puerto Ricans aren't falling for your games. Just saying.
Puerto Rico for Trump. Y nuestro próximo y seguro senador, Nelson Albino. This is the Make America Great.
It almost looks like Florida, I swear. Kudos, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico bans sex changes for people under 21 years old. Now, change the subject.
Something that's
because this is common sense of random shit show. What DNI Tulsi Gabbard has uncovered is bigger than Watergate. Yes, we're back on that. As a career prosecutor and elected district attorney, here are my thoughts. Let's see what this guy has to say.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard has uncovered something that's bigger than Watergate. Because you see, in November of 2016, the intelligence community's assessment was that Russian actions during that time period probably were not intended to influence the 2016 election. And that's confirmed on December 7th of 2016 by the Director of National Intelligence. Then, strangely, on December 9th of 2016, the Russia hoax officially kicks off. Why? What changed? You see, President Obama and the Obama administration have a meeting with all the national security principals, and the entire intelligence community's assessment of Russian interference in the 2016 campaign completely changes. As a career prosecutor, an elected district attorney, and someone who has spent a career in national security as well as a military officer, my recommendation to the Trump administration would be to get everyone in that 9 December 2016 meeting under oath. There were people who were backing up the principals, taking notes. You need every one of those folks under oath and giving a statement as to what happened on that 9 December 2016 meeting. And I want to know a couple of questions. What did the president know? When did he know it? And when did he order? When did he make the decision to change the intelligence assessment from November of 2016? I also want to know who benefited and who in that room is communicating with the Clinton administration. This is bigger than a break-in. This is bigger than Watergate. And you need top prosecutors looking at this immediately. DNI.
Just saying. Maxine Waters said no one is touching Obama under her watch. And before Trump arrests Obama, he will have to go through her first. What's your response? This is funny. Hold on a second. Great clip. What I know for sure, Donald Trump is an awesome person and a really terrific president. Trevor, I got to play this. This AI shit's amazing.
Oh, shit. I'm fine. Put me down. Hillary, put me down.
I'm telling you, this AI shit's amazing. Hunter Biden comes out of hiding and vulgarly demands President Trump bring back all deported criminal aliens. Says if he were president, he'd call El Salvador's president and threaten an invasion if they don't give them back. I say, F you. How are we getting those people? Hold on a second. Back from effing El Salvador. I would pick up the phone and call the effing president of El Salvador and say, you either effing send them back or I'm going to effing invade you. Let's hear this idiot crackhead.
In And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the fucking criminals. White men in America are 45 more times likely to commit a fucking violent crime than an immigrant. And the media says, well, you got David Axelrod and, Rahm fucking Emanuel. So fucking smart, Rahm Emanuel. He said, we got to understand that these people are really mad. And we got to appeal to these white voters. Rahm, the only people that fucking appealed to those fucking white voters was Joe Biden, 81 years old. And he got 81 million votes, and he did not because he appeased their fucking Trumpian sense, but because he challenged it. And he said, you can be an 81-year-old Catholic from fucking Scranton that doesn't understand it, but still has empathy for transgender people and immigrants. And then nobody said, oh, Joe Biden's going to turn us into a socialist state, no matter how much they said it. But these guys think that we need to run away from all values in order for us to lead. I say, fuck you. How are we getting those people back from fucking El Salvador? Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, I would pick up the phone and call the fucking president of El Salvador and say, you either fucking send them back or I'm going to fucking invade. It's a fucking crime what they're doing. He's a fucking dictator thug.
Bukele or Trump?
Both.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels rants against Trump. We've lost decency. We've lost civility. We've lost respect for the rule of law. Out the window goes character. He's everything that's wrong with not just America, but being a human being. Yeah. Nancy Mace, Sahran Mamdani takes office if New York City won't recover. Safety, order, and common sense would vanish.
New York metropolitan area. You can't deny you're a communist and want the government to run everything. I will also tell you that the morale with the NYPD and our men and women in blue throughout the New York metropolitan area is at the lowest I have ever seen it. We have heard from folks in New York, right down here in South Carolina, how demoralized they feel by this guy because he wants to and has stated in the past that he wants to defund the police and not support them. You can't.
Just wanted to share that. What is this? Oh, yeah. Breaking anti-Trump activists are protesting outside the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, shouting, Colbert stays, Trump must go, after Trump celebrated Colbert's show getting canceled. Some can be seen holding 8647 signs.
Trump must go! Colbert stays! Trump must go! Colbert stays! Whoa! Colbert stays! Trump must.
I don't know, people are just stupid. That's all I'm saying. I don't get it. Anyway, I am not gonna kill this show today. Make it too long. I think 30 minutes is enough today. Thank you guys for watching. Let me get rid of this. Yep. Let me make sure that I'm doing this right. Sorry, as I said before, I am by myself. Solo dolo. Nobody helping me. Doing my thing. So yeah, I'm going to mess up here and there. You're going to see me changing shit live as I do it. Okay. As I was saying, I do not believe in systemic racism. I love comedy. And I have faith in the new governor of Puerto Rico being a conservative and her coming around to the right ways. So I have faith Puerto Rico will get better. But, Alex Stein is a piece of shit. And as I said in the beginning, I would gladly kick his ass. Just wanted to share that. Racist, piece of shit. Thanks for watching, guys. As I said, I'm not going to make a long show today. I'm going to try to cut them down so they're not overly long because I have been doing it a little bit crazy and not realizing how long I go on because this thing doesn't shut up. Stay true to the red, white, and blue. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Let me start getting ready to get out of here. Pause! As I was saying, there are ignorant people out there that say the dumbest shit. There are comedians who say funny things. But I don't believe this piece of shit's funny, especially after the comments he made and the actions, just the way he acted on that show. As I said, I like Tim Pool. I like him a lot. But yeah, let's see where this goes. Let's see who watches my show. It probably won't go anywhere. No one will ever hear about it. But it's whatever. Kudos for Puerto Rico for doing the ban. And it is what it is. Ladies, you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Yeah.